Hello, it is Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Wednesday puzzle today, so we have a roughly mid-difficulty, midweek edition of the crossword, and this midweek, mid-difficulty edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Alex, Laura Sexton, Victoria Rajishka, and, as always, the invaluable Timothy Mark, the indomitable Shoalmaster, and the incredible Horan family. So thank you so much to the 6 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support. They are, of course, sustaining this channel, bringing us this series, and for that, I am extremely grateful. So thank you to them. Thank you to everybody who is a patron of the Daily Solve. I really do appreciate it. And if you'd like to consider supporting this channel yourself, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the link in the description field, and there you can get access to all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week. And as a benefactor, you can also get the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug. Do also subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not done so before. That's a big help. And you can join the Daily Solve Discord chat server. There's a link in the description field to that friendly chat community as well. All right, so let's get on to the crossword. Oh, and by the way, do check out yesterday's puzzle, the Tuesday puzzle, if you haven't. If you've not seen that one, it was quite extraordinary, and I won't say why, just in case you've not seen it yourself. But it's worth experiencing. So either watch the video or seek out the puzzle yourself. All right, anyway, now for today's crossword, this Wednesday crossword. It was constructed by Jennifer Lee and Victor Galson, for whom each of which, well, this is the third puzzle for each of these constructors. I didn't think to check if the previous two were also collaborations with one another, but in any case, third puzzle for each, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's start solving and see how we do. All right, a Smurf with a red hat. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know that I ever actually watched the Smurfs, but I think I know generally there's Papa Smurf and Mama Smurf, and maybe, I mean, obviously some other Smurfs, but if I had to guess, it would be Papa, but I have absolutely no idea if that's correct. Follower of super or preceder of man. Super, I don't know. It might be a superhero character with the preceder, I'm not sure. Are you telling the story or am I, you might ask? And a knucklehead is a dolt or something like that. I mean, this could be Papa or Mama, really. Knucklehead. What if this were a P? I don't know. Super... I don't know. It's frustrating that I can't think of it. One thing or two people, an item maybe? So you could refer to two people in a relationship as an item. And a home furnishings superstore is IKEA. It can be small, smooth, or sweet. Tail or... smooth... Smooth is the odd word there, isn't it? There are fewer words you can describe with smooth than the other two. Green juice staple, kale. It's not tail, it's talk. Small talk, smooth talk, or sweet talk. There we go. Invisible Man author Ralph Ellison. There we go. I do remember that. And will if all goes well. I mean to do so. In other words, I will if all goes well, if all goes according to plan. Bye, beautiful, in Bologna. Ciao, Bella, in Italian. That looks right. So, oh, never mind. I was going to say, I suspect this is a theme answer because of where it's positioned in the grid, but I don't think it is, actually, because I just noticed this italicized clue, and the italicized clues, when present, are essentially always the theme clues. So, blank, large crashing waves threaten cruise ship. Breaking news? No. Breaking story? I'm thinking, when you refer to news or a news story as breaking, it means it's currently unfolding, and so details are still to come. But of course, waves can also break. Large waves could break, maybe break against the hull of A cruise ship, perhaps. So breaking story. Large crashing waves threaten cruise ship. Let's see if the story seems to be correct. Go the distance. Do it. You do it. You go the distance. One more. One more. Another. One more. Oh, I'm not sure. Treasure. Cherish, or it could be treasure as a noun. I'm not sure. Underworld boundary, the river Styx. There we go. Mythologically, that would be true. And Toy Story character voiced by Wallace Shawn. I can picture Wallace Shawn in my head. I don't associate him with the Toy Story character because I don't think I knew that. But I do remember the character Rex, the dinosaur character from Toy Story, so that must be the answer. One more. What is it? And treasure is, adore maybe. I adore you. I treasure you, you could say. So it was a verb, but for some reason my suspicion was correct. Urgent request is, maybe this isn't do it? Succeeds as a joke. Yeah, it's not. Succeeds as a joke is lands. The joke lands. It succeeds. Accessory worn by Fred in Scooby-Doo, an ascot. I think I can sort of picture that in my head. Oh, one more encore, you might say, to someone who's just finished a performance. Encore, one more song, for instance. Urgent request, a plea. And to go the distance is to last, to endure, right? Okay, to stay in the game. Electronics purchase of the early 2000s. What is this? Should I be able to immediately bring this to mind? Probably should. Plasma TV. Okay, I was trying to think of a brand name, but no. Okay, Plasma TV. Sure, fair enough. Do they not still make those? I don't know. I guess not. To originate from is to stem from, and to soak up the sun is to get a tan. There we go. All right, if something were inhaled, so to speak. Oh, you inhaled it, you ate it. You can sometimes refer to eating food very quickly as inhaling it, so I guess that works. And Nat Geo, Nature Channel, familiarly, is the National Geographic. There we go, which spun off, I guess, from the magazine. Blank appears to show that the ship has been damaged. Footage. The raw footage. What footage? I don't know. Is it going to be something again about waves or water or the ocean? Or maybe, I don't know, maybe about ships. I'm not sure. So I don't quite go. I guess what's happening is we're going to be creating an entire sort of news report here, or at least, a bit of one. So we'll have several sentences that relate to one another sequentially. Okay, followers of mis, fas in the musical scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. But pluralized, which is a bit, it's a bit goofy, these are definitely sort of filler words, but what can you do? Sometimes you get those. Took part in the final leg of a triathlon, ran, that must be the last of triathlon. I think I've encountered that recently in the puzzle, and it sounds right. Speak monotonously and at length, to drone on, there we go. And apes with a matriarchal social structure, bonobos, I think I knew that. Kind of soda, steak, or sandwich, a club soda, what is a club steak? I think I've heard the phrase, but I can't think what sort of steak it defines. Club soda is carbonated water, and a club sandwich is one of those big sandwiches with sort of an extra slice of bread in the middle. Gemstone unit could be a carat unit to describe precious stones. And Belle's counterpart, Bette, Belle et la Bête, I suppose, the Beauty and the Beast in French, from which I guess the story derived. I believe I was familiar with that. Because it takes place in France, doesn't it? Pullover jacket traditionally lined with fur. An anorak. Oh, that was in the... Oh, carrot. Sorry, with an A. I forgot. Yeah, I think anorak was in the puzzle just the other day as well. It's funny. I don't remember it being a common crossword clue, but now it's shown up twice recently. At least not a common clue in the New York Times crossword, which was. But yeah, I don't know. Who knows how many times it's. I was going to say who knows, but I know who knows. It's xwordinfo.com, which is a website that has all sorts. I don't use it this as often as I should. I've mentioned it on the puzzle recently, and then I never, when I bring it up in this context, I never think to go look it up. But if you're curious whether a word has ever been in the crossword before, or how many times, and exactly what crosswords it has been in, you can find all that information at xwordinfo.com. It's really it's an incredible resource, and there are more debut entries than you'd expect, I think, in most crosswords. I don't make a point of seeking this out, but when I have seen, because they highlight in red answers that have never been used before, and it just sort of feels like everything must have been in there before. But sometimes you'll come across, I mean, even a relatively ordinary word that somehow has never been in a crossword. Okay, so here we have Smurf with a red hat and word. Oh, amen. Word. You could agree with something somebody said. Oh, a super PAC. Or Pac-Man. There we go. That's what it is. So a super PAC is a category of sort of political support organization in the United States. And Pac-Man, of course, is the video game character. All right, so this was Papa Smurf. My very first intuition was correct, but it took me ages to confirm it. Knucklehead is a pea brain. There we go. Oh, leaked footage. I see. Leaked footage appears to show that the ship has been damaged. Who's leaking footage in the middle of this breaking? So it's a breaking story. The ship is threatened to be overwhelmed by waves, and then someone's already leaking footage. So this is a secret or something. For the footage to be leaked, this has to be confidential in some way. But they already knew the waves were threatening. It's almost as though this news story were confected purely for the purpose of generating these puns in a crossword. Prefix with dynamic is aerodynamic, and an ocean state school is URI, the University of Rhode Island, okay, which is the ocean state. Choice word is opt to. I will make a choice. I will opt for that choice, that option. I was trying to think of words that didn't involve opt and choice, and they both did. Goal of a half Nelson is a pin. You could pin somebody in a wrestling context with a half Nelson. And a common source of protein for opossums. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I was going to say it'll be another animal, but I don't know. Maybe it won't. I was thinking of, like, I don't know, insects or something. I actually don't know. Okay, what about this? Ta-da! Et voila. Oh, right, another bit of French here. So, and there it is, essentially. Et voila, ta-da. Commercial prefix with pen, EpiPen, this sort of injector, automatic injector sort of devices. And that's a brand, EpiPen. Microbrewery option could be IPA, an India Pale Ale, a very hoppy beer. And actor and filmmaker Rob Reiner, director of the truly great comedy documentary, This is Spinal Tap, a mockumentary. Just one of the great comedy films. Biometric identification method is iris scan? Yes, okay. Sounded my way through that, and then I thought, I actually do think that's right. So an iris scan to identify you for, I don't know, whatever sort of verification, I guess. I don't know that I've ever been verified with an iris scan. I probably have and didn't even realize it was happening. A battlefield per Pat Benatar. Oh, Love is a Battlefield from the song sung by Pat Benatar. Genesis brother, Abel as in Cain and Abel. Supporter of the arts could be an easel, so you could literally support a painting with an easel. And chap is a gent, maybe? Fellow. Water is pouring into the ship. You can see it here. Something live. It's streaming live, right? The live stream must also be leaked, I guess, because maybe the company that operates the ship contractually has a right that in the case of a disaster, only they have the right to release footage of the unfolding catastrophe. And so they were still setting up their live stream, but a passenger violated the terms of their contract, their sort of terms of carriage, and leaked footage showing the ship being damaged before the company could start streaming live. Because it makes no sense otherwise for there to be a live stream and also footage that can be considered leaked. That must be the answer. I'm sure that was the story that this is describing. Like roughly a fifth of the US population. I'm aware, by the way, sorry. I'm aware that this doesn't matter at all. I'm making a point of it for literally no reason because it amused me. I'm not actually bothered by this. Sorry if I appear to be completely out of my mind. Like roughly a fifth of the US population landlocked or something, or I don't know. I'm not sure. Common source of protein for bird something, and then first year college assignment. Oh, a dormitory. You could be assigned to somewhere to live, I guess. And dunk, why just first year? I guess maybe the thought is you'd stay there. Dunk is immerse. You could immerse something in water, dunk it in water, like our ship. Music genre related to glam rock. Art something, maybe? Not sure. What about over here? Landlocked Balkan country. Serbia? Power suffix. Powerade, that's a drink. Changes in ocean conditions allowed the ship to return safely to port. Stay tuned for more. Not news, not updates, not details. I'm not sure. What about this? Plot points in Hamilton's. Oh, the duels. The famous duel between Aaron Burr and Alexander Hamilton. And then there were other duels. Were there plot points, plural? I can't remember. Anyway, there we go. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap Band. Oh, that's an AC/DC song. Current events. There we go. Changes in ocean conditions allowed the ship to return safely to port. Stay tuned for more current events. Maybe that's why they started streaming. They started streaming once they knew it was all going to be okay. But before they knew that, it was prohibited, so the footage had to be leaked. Okay, to fix as code is to debug it. Bird eggs. Common source of... I was wondering if it was bird eggs, but I wasn't... But I had other ideas as well. It seemed less appropriate, so I was waiting on it. Stick to is cling to, and ladder part is a rung of a ladder. And if something droops, it sags. There we go. Kind of joke, and the music genre. What have we not seen? Low-lying area. A vale, maybe a sort of lowlands. And then home to the Ibsen Museum. Oh, Oslo. And it's Henrik Ibsen, I guess. And class that might involve investing in a virtual stock market for short. Economics. And hammer and peen, as in a ball peen hammer. You could hit something with the peen end. And then music genre related to glam rock is art pop. Oh, okay, there we go. And a kind of joke is, a practical joke that you play on somebody, I see. All right, like roughly a fifth of the US population. Oh, Latino, right, okay. I was for some reason thinking about this in terms of where, I don't know, I was thinking of it in terms of something geographical, but it's a demographic detail. All right, Mama's Mama is Nana, and shade of black is onyx, and whichever is any, and I hopped off the plane at, must be LAX, Miley Cyrus lyric. So that's Los Angeles International Airport. And there we go. That was the crossword for Wednesday. And we had our nice story that I was a complete jerk about, but it was just some puns here. And I don't think there was a revealer. No, I think we just constructed the story through the italicized clues, and that's all we needed. So let's read the whole thing. Breaking story: large crashing waves threaten cruise ship. Leaked footage appears to show that the ship has been damaged. Water is pouring into the ship. You can see it here streaming live. Changes in ocean conditions allowed the ship to return safely to port. Stay tuned for more current events. And there we have it. That was a story that started out dangerously, but turned out perfectly fine. So no lives were lost in the making of this crossword theme. And that's that. That's the Wednesday crossword. A nice, I think, well-tuned Wednesday puzzle. It was a midweek, mid-difficulty puzzle, I would say. Let me know how you fared with this. And a nice theme that was, we got to solve a pun in each case, and not only that, they all related to one another. So, yes, came together very nicely. And I hope you enjoyed it. We didn't have any comments on yesterday's puzzle with any corrections. All of the comments about yesterday's puzzle were sharing my awe at the impressive feat of construction. So that means no clues from yesterday's puzzle because there's nothing to correct and read out. But I will get back to that if there are more such comments going forward. And that's that for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back for tomorrow's Thursday crossword when the theme gets a bit more intricate or complex. We'll just have to see. Join me then. But until that point, please do have an excellent remainder of your Wednesday. Take care.